Hello, friends. How are you? How's things? How's your world? How's life? Um, I don't want to jinx things, but I think we're good on the Violet side of things. We've upped her dosage significantly, doubled her dosage actually. Morning, evening doses, and yesterday was pretty okay. Last night was back to normal, like what it used to be, and she's been extremely happy and very pleasant baby today. And man, those 2 weeks were over 2 weeks, almost 3 weeks were just so freaking rough, right? Just so horrifically rough. To have like a happy, playful baby again, it's very relieving. Um, it's extremely relieving. It's also just nice, right? It's also just like makes you feel like less of a failure as a parent when your baby's doing okay. So now we just got to get her weight gain up. She's not gained a whole lot of weight over the last week, but she didn't lose weight, which is good because she was losing weight. So she's not losing weight. She's gaining a little bit, but she needs to gain significant amounts. So hopefully that happens, and we go back for another visit next week, and everything's okay. That being said, the other day I talked about just like how weird it is or how odd it is in my current state to just not have anything to look forward to. Um, I have a couple of things to look forward to now at this point. I have a friend, a good friend of ours, that is supposed to come visit. We haven't seen him for 6 months or something like that, or no, maybe 4 months. And he could come this weekend. He could come next weekend. We're not really sure when he's going to show up. But at some point, I'll have a friend visit, and he's a friend of ours, not just like my friend or Malia's friend. He's a friend that we met through flogging Molly through the cruises, and he's an awesome dude, and I really love spending time with him. He's also a Marine, so we've bonded over a lot of different things. So I'm very excited about him showing up at some point. But that's again, I think the thing that I failed to really hit on the other day when I talked about not having anything to look forward to, meaning like scheduled things. I have things to look forward to, but like knowing that all right, on this date I'm going to go do that thing. That's the difference, right? There's a whole lot of ambiguous things looking forward to. The other thing is I kind of sort of maybe ish. We have like our first performance scheduled. I don't want to call it a performance because it really isn't, but it kind of is. My bandmate Brent told me a couple weeks ago, "Hey, I have a friend who I haven't seen since the '90s coming to visit. I'd like to throw a living room show, like a house party show." And I said, "Yeah, 100%. Let's do it. Even if it's just the two of us and we don't have a drummer yet, no problem. You have a drum machine. Let's go." So he confirmed with me this week that his friend is coming at the end of October. I think the weekend of like the 26th, 27th. But he's like, he's like, she's only going to be here for like 2 or 3 days. I don't want to I want to have as much time as I can. I don't want to have to throw a party and be take myself out of everything to try and host a party and stuff. He's like, can we just do like a practice, just like a regular practice, and she can sit in and listen and stuff. And I was like, yeah, like that. So that's kind of my first performance. I mean, I've technically have had Malia and her family have listened to us practice, but they've been upstairs. They've not been in the room with us. So this would be my first performance with another person or other people in the room. We're probably still going. Like I think that his friend is bringing somebody, her husband, with her. And our rehearsal space is like, it's literally about as big as this area. Like it's tiny, so it's not like a place where people are gonna stand in a corner. So we probably will take the instruments out into the living room, and it'll be like a little, house show. But that is my first official like playing for other people. Nervous about it? Not really, actually. I think we're only gonna do like a, 5 or 6 songs or something, like a very small set of songs that we know well and that I can just play and I don't have to worry about it. And I think that'll be great. It'll be a really good first like dry run of what it's like to perform in front of other people, what it's like to perform with some crowd interaction, you know, that kind of thing, because I've not done that since band. So I have those two things that are on the schedule. Again, my friend Mac visiting. I don't really know when that's going to happen though, but he has given us either this weekend or this weekend. They're like, cool. Here's the thing. We've entered that time of year. I think for the last 9 years, 10 years of doing this show, the people who've been here for the long ride know that I'm entering that phase of the year where I start to get really antsy because I haven't done anything this year. Quote, done anything. Like I'm starting to feel this pull down. I'm starting to feel samey. I'm starting to feel, you know, especially with this baby, like we haven't left the house for 2 months, 3 months almost. Like we just exist here. In fact, when my friend said, "Can I come visit you?" Like, what's on your guys' schedule for these 2 weekends? Like, we have no schedule. We wake up, we take care of baby, I do my job, we go to sleep. Like, there is no schedule. The schedule is I take care of this kid, you know, or I take care of my wife. Again, not a complaint. Just that's the reality right now. And so after these 3 months of going through this reality of just existing and trying to find as much sleep as I can, trying to find enjoyment in little moments, because there's not big moments. Like I can't just like take 5 hours and go come down here and do what I want. I mean, I could, but that's not fair to Malia, and we're just not doing that. So taking small moments, an hour here, an hour there, you know, practice, whatever. I'm starting to feel that tug. And it's early in the year. Usually I complain about this in like November, December timeframe, where it's like I'm starting to feel a creative itch. I'm starting to feel like I haven't accomplished anything, that I need to put some work out into the world, that I need to find an outlet. I'm starting to feel that right now, and I think it's just because I've been holed up for so long. So I need to find some more outlet. Practice is one of those outlets. It's at least a few hours a week I get to go out and play some music. I would love for that to be, I wish it could be more often, right? I wish we could practice multiple times a week. I wish I had multiple projects. You know, I think that I'm at a point with my bass playing that I could take on another, you know, like a small group who wants to play, you know, a show once a month or something like that. I think I could do that. But I live in an area where that's not really a reality. Like there's no venues in my area for one. There's a couple of small bars that will have like singer-songwriter like standing in a corner of a room, but there's not really venues in my town where I could just be like, we could put together a quick little country band and go play some songs. That's not really a thing. So there's really, my only outlet is to go to Morgantown, and that's where my bandmate is, and that's where we're going to play the vast majority of our shows. But music has been my outlet, and maybe that's also part of it. It's been my only outlet for quite a while now. Because I can sit on the couch, pick my bass up, and play it. I don't have to leave the room. I don't have to leave my wife and my kid, or whatever. So I'm feeling the pull. I'm feeling like I need to accomplish something. I'm just not sure what it is yet. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Just letting you know, because I know that, you know, I can come here and I can say these things, and it's not whining, and it's not complaining, and it's not received that way by you guys, because you appreciate the honesty, and that's what we do. So thank you as always for sticking through. You know, even when I do these kind of just pointless, aimless videos where I just complain or about my life or talk about myself or whatever, I appreciate you guys coming back and checking in and saying hi and being interested, because it means the world. And I absolutely mean that right now, especially right now when you are my world. Like I'm not having interactions regularly with people in my real life. So thank you for being here. Appreciate you very much. I hope you have a great weekend this weekend. I'm gonna watch a baby. Actually, I get to go tomorrow and watch my kid's field show performance, so I am gonna do that. And my dad is home. My dad came home from the hospital today, so I'll go visit him at some point. But thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. Please like the video. Please leave a comment of some kind. ask a question, do whatever. Appreciate you very much. Subscribe. See you on Monday. Today's 1,000 plus little things happy, successful people do differently. We are learning 15 relationship truths for tough times. Ooh. Number 3, life is full of fake people. Not everyone has your best interest at heart, but sometimes you have to be tricked and misled by the wrong lovers and friends once or twice in your life in order to find and appreciate your soulmate and real friends when they arrive. Once or twice, or maybe 30 times, I don't know. Again, it's important to always remember that failure does not mean failure. Failure often means growth. And failed relationships often mean you have stronger relationships coming because you understand what caused the previous relationship to fail.